I'm working on a Python project that requires handling many network connections at once, and the default asyncio event loop seems to be a bottleneck. Is there a way to make it faster?
Yes, you might want to look into uvloop. It's a high-performance event loop library for Python that's implemented in Cython and is a drop-in replacement for the standard asyncio loop.
Uvloop? How much of a performance improvement can it offer?
Uvloop can make asyncio 2 to 4 times faster. It's built on top of libuv, the same library that powers Node.js. It's particularly effective for I/O bound and high-level structured network code.
That sounds promising. How do I use it in my project?
First, you'll need to install uvloop using pip. Once installed, you can integrate uvloop into your asyncio project with just a couple of lines of code.
Is it a complete replacement for Asyncio's event loop?
Yes, it's a full replacement. You can use all the standard asyncio functions and patterns. Uvloop will just be running the show behind the scenes.
Can I use it with frameworks like FastAPI or Sanic?
Absolutely. Both FastAPI and Sanic can benefit from uvloop. In fact, Sanic uses uvloop by default if it's available.
Great! How about compatibility? Are there any Python versions or systems it doesn't work with?
Uvloop is compatible with Python 3.7 and later, and it runs on Unix and Linux systems. It does not support Windows directly, but it can be used with Windows Subsystem for Linux, WSL.
I see. And what about stability? Is it safe to use in production?
Uvloop has been used in production by many companies and projects. It's quite stable and well maintained. However, as with any library, you should thoroughly test it with your own application.
Makes sense. Are there any special considerations or best practices when using uvloop?
Since uvloop is faster, you might notice issues in your code that were not apparent before, like race conditions or synchronization problems. Also, because it's written in Cython, debugging at the C level might be more challenging if you encounter any issues within uvloop itself.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind. Any final tips?
Just remember that while uvloop can significantly improve performance, the overall design and efficiency of your code can also have a big impact. Profiling and optimizing your code logic should still be a priority.
Understood. I'll start integrating uvloop into my project right away. Thanks for your help.
You're welcome. Good luck with your project. Feel free to reach out if you have more questions.